So, core issue. Let's a couple more comments, inputs.
Oh.
Core issues. A big ball of chaos comes in. Some of you it devastates, throws you off bounds, gets you all worried. What's wrong with you? You get very mental. It got you into the brain. But what core issues? Two of them. Is it affecting right now? David.
Judgment.
Judgment.
And for me, it looks like it's judging others, but it's really me judging myself.
Good. How did you judge yourself?
Harshly.
Harshly. What was the worst?
Very harshly.
What was the worst? I'll show you mine if you show me yours. Please. I told you, expect the unexpected. You're getting it.
Maybe I'll just sit down.
Maybe I'll sit down with you then. How bad can it be? That bad.
That bad, yeah.
That bad. You know how many people you're going to be helping right now?
Well, myself.
True. Rest of them really don't matter, do they? But wouldn't it be nice if you were helping them too?
Yes. Yes.
And you knew we were going to do this.
I forgot.
I didn't.
And self-acceptance is
Yeah, we're dancing now.
okay.
We love you, David. Just say it.
Well, actually, I'm not even sure of your question. At this
David,
moment.
you raised your hand.
I know I did.
What issue did it bring up in you? You said judgment. What was that judgment? What was that you heard? It's really not yours, but you heard it. You felt it. You felt that dagger go straight to you. What was it? I'd rather have you say it than me.
I'd rather have you say it than me. No.
I know.
And of course, the self-judgment, again, played outside me. I was judging everything and everyone around me, but I knew that I was judging myself and I wasn't accepting myself. And I really wasn't accepting my mind and brain. I was beating myself up for being stupid. More?
Let's cut to the chase.
Okay.
Let's cut to the chase.
I wasn't loving myself.
Yeah. It's a nice way to say it.
I was doubting myself,
It's a fancy way to say it.
not accepting myself.
Chicken way to say it.
Yeah. I didn't like myself.
Getting closer.
I hated myself.
Yeah, that's probably it. But why? Why?
I'm not sure.
Man. A lie. A lie. Feeling that you're a liar, you're a phony, you're perhaps manipulative, and it's all false. That was what I perceived when you went to the core. That is tough. That is tough. And it leads to hatred of self. It leads to lack of love, obviously. When you feel it's all been a lie, all been a joke, all been a game, And then you get into all the side stories. I could have done it better. I should have done it this way. I wished I'd have done it that way. But when you get to that point, it's all a big lie. Then what's real? Thank you.
Thank you.
Truly, thank you.
Thank you.
And it was for everyone.
Man, that was hard freaking work. I'm going to give him some of your Jeff's money.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And, you know, and we're getting closer, David. You've helped us to get closer to what was the core issue. I'm going to take one more, and then we'll move into my answer. What I experienced. And, David, watch how this rolls right into what we were just talking about.
Total acceptance of all of our experiences because we're God also, and I am that I am.
Kinda. Yeah, but that's again a nice way to put it. Total acceptance, the understanding of the I am that I am. But what did it really do when this energy went in there? What did it make you stop and have to consider? And I'm going to bring it up here to Andra.
Just accept every experience.
What have you seen under the last couple of weeks? It's been that level. What was the issue?
When we believe the lie, we accept it here, and it sits right here. But if I'm willing to breathe it in and own it, very different. Are you willing to eat it, receive it, own it, and let it feel in every fiber of you? You fall in love. Fall in love. Acceptance is still rejecting because it's all up here. It's not about accepting for me. It's about will you eat it? Will you own it? Will you receive it? Will you be it? Will you be? Okay. For me, acceptance stays here and it sits here. But this is why I'm just inviting. For my work, it's about will you take it home and own it.
Thank you. And if I could really put a laser focus on it, and not all of you experienced this, but a lot of you did, and it cuts right to the core. Particularly when, as I expressed for David, when you get to some of the core and you feel that you've been living a lie, which you kind of have been, kind of. Not a deliberate lie, you never set out to do that, but if you're still asleep, you're then living a lie. That's all there is to it. And then what happened in the last couple of weeks, because of the intense energies that were coming in of chaos, they had no balance to them. So it really threw you off, and you took a look at, did you want to be here? Did you want to be here? That is what's been coming up in the last couple of weeks. Do you really want to be here? And it's pushing the buttons. It's pushing everything. Do I want to be here? And some of you are afraid to even talk about it. Some of you are afraid to even admit it to yourself. Some of you push the thoughts out when you get them. When it comes in saying, why should I even wake up tomorrow? You push those thoughts away, and you think you're not supposed to have those thoughts. Absolutely, you can have those thoughts. Part of you is feeling that you've been living a lie because you're not being who you really are. Then you say, why should I be here? And then you do these things. I hope you remember some of our conversations we have in the other realms, but you probably don't. You start making a list of all the reasons why you should stay here. Burn it up. Your kids, come on. Because others need you, because you have a few unfulfilled things, because you're just afraid to cross over. Because, dear friends, what if it's been a lie that you think it's been, and then you cross over, and that's really a big lie? Boy, did you screw up. Now what? Now what? And it happens all the time. Not necessarily to you, but it happens all the time. Now what? Come right back down to do it again. So this energy has had this huge push. It's gone to your issue, and it's not doing the work, but what it's doing is it's going right in to the most sensitive, to the most fragile, to that thin cord that you're hanging on to and saying, do you want to be here? And that is a blessing. That is an amazing blessing. I know it doesn't feel so good, but it's an amazing blessing. It's part of destructuring, and it's part of also really encouraging you to go deep within and say, why do you want to be here? Why? Why? It's getting you out of hypnosis is what it's doing. Because you, humans in general, go along day by day, acting out the same, playing the same, doing the same things over and over. And when you come to this grinding situation of saying, why do you want to be here? Why do you want to be here? It's time to get very, very real. In that situation, as David and others could tell you, you cannot lie to yourself. You cannot. You're down on the mat. It's you and only you. I'm not there. The others are not there. We can't be. And in a way, you don't let us be. But you're down on the mat. I'm saying, why do I want to be here right now? You don't have to show your hands, but how many have felt that? Many times, I'm sure, in this lifetime, but right now it's something different. This is getting all the, it is squeezing the machio out of you, just squeezing it out of you, so you can't bullshit yourself anymore, or anyone else. It is wringing it out of you for you to get real. And that's what's been happening, and by the way, will continue to happen for a while. You might as well face it now. Most of you have or are in the midst of it.